This is the number 2 head, and you can see the discoloration here on the exhaust valve. So it looks like that exhaust valve is leaking. Whereas you look at this one, right, this one is pretty clean. So we're gonna just get ready, and we're going to go ahead and we're gonna do a valve job on this. Alright, then we're going to just get this little tool, this guy, to put into here. And we're going to slowly compress this down, but what's going to happen, I can see already, is this is going to walk off of there. So I really have to keep that, there we go. And there's just pressing down, and it's not that big of a deal. So we're still taking it down. And you can see that these are starting to come loose. Let me get a little magnet. This seems like not a little magnet. Oh, there we go. Pulled that one out. Okay, we don't want to lose those. It looks like we got to go down a little bit more because it appears, oh, there we go. See that, how that piece was a little bit on there? All I got to do is push that like that, and then we'll just get the magnet. All right, let's get the magnet in there. Come on. There we go. There it is. Now I'm just holding it like this, and then we're just going to back it out. And then we'll be able to pull that valve out of there. So this works pretty easy. This is pretty easy. This part. And then our valve will be underneath. And he's sliding out. And there he is. Look at these. Oh my. That seat looks pretty burned up. It's going to need some lapping. We have this valve, then we'll just seat them on there again. Just like we did with the last one. Oh, hi. There we go. Okay. This one is not as bad. It's not as burned up. Right. And there's hardly any corrosion on that. So cylinder 2 was the or head number 2 was the head that was causing us the problem. This valve seat looks pretty beat up. This thing was definitely ready for this, that's for sure. Okay, good. I'm using the Permatex valve grinding compound, and we're gonna mix it with a little bit of water, it says. So I put a little touch in there, and I'm just gonna stir that up. I probably should have just used it as a paste. Oh, that water looks stupid. Yeah, that's too loose. I'm throwing that away. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this paste and just put it on here. Now we'll just lap away. Oh, that's really ugly. Hey, there we go. It's just going to be getting the hang of it, I guess. So I put some water on there. Yeah, water helped. Water helped a lot. Look at all that. Look at how bad that is. This thing was really eroded. This may even need new valves. Probably would have been in order, but we'll give it a we'll be okay, I think. All right, that exhaust valve is done. Now we'll take it over to the ultrasonic. that intake one went really nice and smooth, really good. Really shined up. I just gotta, okay, yeah, that looks good. Very good. All right, let's get our first head out of the ultrasonic. We didn't quite make it up to temp, but we're gonna get them built. Let's see how they look. Head number one. Oh yeah. Still dirty, right? But it's clean where I need it to be clean. Okay. So now we're going to put the intake valve good, okay. Get this set up here. Okay. Just turn this up. Okay, make sure that's on there. Yep. And we're going to turn this down. Get a little tension. Okay. And everybody can see. Whoa. So this, like I said, this spins, which is kind of crummy. But that's probably far enough anyhow. Let me get the keepers. Okay. Drop that guy in there. Whoops. And then just kind of poke that guy where he needs to go. There and there. And let's see, we need to go down a little bit more so we can get him to go down. Oh, wait a second. I'm not. There we go. So that guy's in there. That guy is actually in the groove. We're just going to slowly bring it up now. God darn it. Don't spin on me. And there she goes. That's in there. That's nice. There we go. All right, we are doing the exhaust valve. Let's get the... No seal goes on the exhaust valve side. That does not get a seal. Only the intake side gets a seal. And I would imagine it's just because of the heat. Take the seal and I'm just going to coat it with oil. Put it on the stem. And just push it down, going easy over the little catch. Once it's down, then we just gotta press it all the way down. So it's just pressing all the way down on that seal, and then we'll get some friction and we'll put it back into the spring compressor and we'll get this baby buttoned up. So we'll have our heads will be all done. Okay, so now all we need to do is clean up the surfaces and put it back together. Looks pretty clean in there. Let's pull the oil pump off and see what we get there. It looks like a 10. So the oil pump and the pickup look really clean. Everything looks really good on that. And then in all the rebuild parts, we have a new O-ring and we'll put that on there. Okay, we're just going to pry it out. We're just going to pry that guy out. Give us a little bit of a place to pick. There we go. We don't want to damage it yet because we just want to make sure that these two are the same. And yes, indeed they are. So we're going to dab a little bit of oil from there. And we'll put this new O-ring in there. That way when the pump is, drawing oil up in there, you don't get a leak in this, which would be detrimental to the pumping ability. We're going to pull the oil cooler off and the filter, and then we'll blow out this oil passage and make sure all these oil passages are clear. We could probably take this off and put this right in the ultrasonic. I think that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I went through and I blew this port, which is oil out. Then that went into the pump, and then when I blew this back, this actually blows straight across and then comes out right here on this bearing. And that's all in good shape, really good shape. We got an O-ring there for sealing. That'll seal against right here on the motor. And I'm sure we got a new one. See that you can line them up, but if you watch, they'll always go a little bit off, right? So they'll continue to be off. Let's get them around. Here it comes. And then there, they're back lined up. So as long as we just assemble it lined up, we'll be okay. All right. We'll put this guy here. We've already lubricated that O-ring. So now we're just gonna reinsert this. So that's outlet right there. All right, let's put that guy in there. Okay. All right. That's gotta be pressure relief in case you build too much pressure. We'll just clunk these down real easy. Oh, that's the spot, like butter. Yep, still like butter. I'm going for some final tight. That's the spot, I found it. There's no, that is buttery smooth. Make sure she's nice and tight. There we go. Yep, that's the spot, beautiful. All right. And I think I want to do about that big of a bead. Oh, that hurts. If this razor blade was sharp, it'd probably work better. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so the only place I want to be careful is over here where the O-ring seats. So we're going to just bring a little bit of this Permatex this way, just along this edge here. Kind of move this back a little bit. Just make sure that that stays like that. That's good. Okay. And it'll be fine on that O-ring, right? That O-ring's not going to cry about it at all. We'll seal that up nice. So that's going to be on this side. I should really put some on this side because there's a potential for oil to get through there. Otherwise, I don't really need to go all the way around a bolt hole because none of these holes go into the sump. We'll go one around this though. Just ever so slightly. There we go. Beauty. Okay, here we go. Now we're just going to run her in there. Kind of ease it in. Go through there. Okay. There we go. Perfectly in. Okay. Now we'll tip her up. Nice. And we'll just start putting in bolts. I'm just gonna run them in a little bit and then I'll figure out what the torque is. Okay. Okay. This thing was set to 19 foot-pounds already. What did I use it for? Oh wow. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to we're gonna have to clean the heads on both sides and put the heads on. All right, so we've taken this little aluminum heat exchanger and we've had it in the ultrasonics. We're just kind of getting a little bit of thick stuff in there, and we've blown air in through all the ports and out, and everything looks real good. It's not designed, well, maybe you can see it this way. So you can see the light coming through. Okay, it's looking good. It's a little plate style oil cooler. It's pretty advanced for a 25 horse motor. So this is completely clear. All the oil passages are completely clear, and we're really good to go. All right. So these gaskets go with the writing facing up. Okay, that says T for top, and this is head number 2. There, and then we'll get this guy. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'll just get the hardware to tighten that down now. Okay, so we do it in 2 steps. So this gets torqued down. The first pass is 16 foot-pounds. And then the second step will be going to 31 foot-pounds. 30.8, I'm gonna just round up to 31. So our first pass is 16. Okay, and then we're going to bump this up to 31. That's 30 and 1. Okay, so we'll go from 1. 1. Okay. Oh my God. That is stripped out. How could that be stripped out? I didn't even tighten it. There should be no reason that's stripped out. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well, what size is this? I might have a helicoil. Holy cow, I probably got a helicoil to fix that. OMG. Well, good for me. We'll just cover this all up. This one's torqued down. I can't believe that that's stripped out. Unfreaking believable. And I didn't even hardly touch it with the torque wrench. And this is how you make things work better, I guess. All right, here we go. Easy now. Okay. Now we've got that drilled out to 6.3, so I'm gonna get an air hose and get that a little blow out. With this tab. Make sure we got it nice and straight. We're just gonna cut to start our threads in there. Get our little wrench. Okay. I think I'll just go until this stops. So we're just gonna run it down until it stops. And then we're gonna put the bottoming tap in. Okay, that stopped. There's a lot of threads in there. This lets the threads know that I care. See, I feel like a doctor, right? When a doctor does a hernia or something, they get the whole thing masked away and they only leave that little bitty bit out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm being a doctor here. Okay. Take a look in there. Good. Boy, we got a lot of room for threads in there. So if we look at these are just like little springs, and they do have a little driver dog in there that I'm gonna have to knock out. So we're gonna put that guy like that, and then we're just gonna turn this, and that just drives them down. And that's it. And that's gonna give us a new set of threads. However, I can only go that far. So I have to take this guy off and then be able to thread that guy all the way down. So I'm just gonna loosen up this stop dog, this guy. Okay. Now if I pull him off of it, or if I push him up, then I can just go in and pick that guy up, and now I can just drive him down. And now I'm driving that down, and when it stops, that means it's gonna be all the way at the bottom, which I'm okay with. And that's it. Whoop. That one's in there, and it's all the way down there. To give us just a little bit more engagement, probably there. We want to knock that little dimple out of there. And then that's what this tool is for. This tool just goes in there, find that little knob, and you go just like that, and that knocks it out of there. And we can just hit that with a little air. Ouch, yeah, I felt it. All right, we are now back to the assembly process. So let's get now we've got our threads are in there. Okay, our solid push rod. We don't want it down there. It's got to go into that there. Okay. We're gonna make a little bit. We're gonna put some there. We're gonna put something there. Okay. And put this rocker guy in there. All right. I'm gonna just put a little bit of nice stuff on the threads. Okay. And here we go. Well, it was not a huge delay, but a nerve-wracking delay. I'm glad I had all those thread kits. Okay. And 100 inch-pounds isn't a lot. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, there it is. 100 inch-pounds. How about here? 100 inch-pounds. Good. So we got it. So we were able to repair this using the power coil setup. Everything worked out great. That is in there nice and tight. That's not going anywhere. Those threads I repaired. It's perfect. One, two, three, four. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So the last thing we need to check before we move on is that the clearance between the valve spring coils at full lift, the minimum allowable clearance is 0.25 millimeters or 10 thou. So let's turn this. The minimum allowable, and this is in there easy. So this is the minimum it can be. No max. Well, I mean there's a max, but so that's good. Let's check the intake valve. So the intake, perfect. We got really good clearance. Can get in there. Okay, let's check the other side now. Okay, the other side, the exhaust is compressed. Yep, perfect. So next step is going to be just buttoning up valve covers. So let's get it on there before it pops out of there. Yeah, it stayed on there.
That's going to do it for this episode of What's Next Garage. There's only one more video left in this series, and that's going to be the engine install and startup. So keep an eye on the channel. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.